big takeaway from the tour was that before I begin in a workplace, I really want to be able to tour around the actual facilities, meet the people, feel the vibe, the experience of the team. As everyone said, how are they dressing? What are the kind of words they use? What kind of style? Is it super informal, formal? I think that's my biggest takeaway, really understanding, okay, what do I want coming out of school, and how did this kind of help?
It has to be through talking to different individuals that are behind the business who happen to be the Esade alumni. I realized for myself that no one path leads to a concrete destination, which is something that us as fresh grads, we have to take with us. It was so insightful to find out that despite having different backgrounds, different educations, different mother languages, and different nations of birth, your career can genuinely be what you make of it. And if that's not inspirational, I don't know what is.
My takeaway for the study tour was that branding is much broader than I initially expected, and there are a lot more parties involved as well. It's not only the marketing department that does everything in-house. There are companies that rent studios but also broadcast. There are agency companies that will think with the companies to come up with strategies, make the content. There goes a lot more into branding than you initially see, and something that also surprised me was big brands still hire branding agencies. So even a company like Cupra will work together with branding agencies, something you would maybe not necessarily, at least I didn't expect.
So for company visits, I would probably say Uriac and PepsiCo were tied for me. I think both of those were really great experiences. They were both very structured. They had great intro presentations, and I really enjoyed walking around PepsiCo. I think that gave you a really good understanding of, what it looks like, what kind of environment everyone's working in, and how they're getting those creative ideas. I love the social areas in there as well. I just love the general infrastructure. And then for Uriac, I really liked their approach of having us do a case. I think that was brilliant, and it gave us time to really think over, what is this company doing, and really mash together all the information.
To go with Suma, ironically, it wasn't a company that I was initially very excited about, considering that as a marketing student, of course, I watched Emily in Paris. And of course, to me, the inherent idea behind what is a branding company, I viewed it as a little bit cliche, and I didn't consider envisioning myself in that kind of environment. But then when I saw how much strategic decision was involved behind every project, how much creativity and engagement that the employees behind the company foster between one another, and how much they push themselves to really deliver something that they and the client are proud of at the end of the day, that was so interesting. I think that the information that we gained from that one company alone was absolutely invaluable. By far my favorite company. I'm sorry to Mango and to Brownie, which were also very, very interesting, even HP, but Suma has my heart on that one.
My favorite company would be Cupra. I love the brand in general, and what I think I like the most about Cupra as well is that it's not only their advertisement campaigns, but also their office symbolize their brand as well, and just the general touch points also for us as visitors of the company were all in line with what you see in the campaigns, and that was not necessarily the case in every company. So that's something I really appreciated. And even though I'm not into cars, I almost was thinking about buying a car.
I think that Esade is preparing us very well to enter into a brand manager type of role. With a lot of the graduates going that route, I can see why. It sounds super appealing, and I would love to gain more skills in that area, understand more of specific projects, ask more questions. But on the other hand, what I know that I can improve to help prepare me better would be understanding the actual issue more, going over that, and then spending less time on implementing and spending like the bulk of my time on, preparing, analyzing, diagnosing all of those steps that we've looked at. And really understanding that and making sure that I'm implementing that going forward seems like the biggest takeaway.
It has definitely been a push in terms of preparing us to research and to research efficiently since the very beginning of our MSc journey. I think the emphasis on knowing how to ask the right people the right questions has definitely been the best preparation tool when it came to coming in person to the company, speaking to the people that are behind the brand, and really presenting yourself in the best way possible. I tend to get a little bit too into details, and sometimes I forget about the people that are doing the presentation to us, and I forget to ask them personal questions. And networking is such a huge aspect behind this immersion program that for the future students that are taking this program, I think they have to keep in mind that at the end of the day, they're speaking to people, and people are interested to connect on a human level and not on technicalities. So this is something that I'll be working on, and I hope that future students will be able to work on as well.
Esade helped me prepare for not necessarily the marketing direction or branding. I'm still not interested in the career path necessarily, but it did give me a lot of insight in how it works and all the components that are involved in branding a company. And I think in the end, if you don't brand your product or service well, then you basically don't have a market. So for me, it was really interesting to see that part of marketing.
Thank you to Isa and Anna for organizing all of this. It was an amazing experience, and I think it's super important for students going forward to have the same, immersion program over the week that is allowing you to really see into the companies and understand where they want to be job searching, because starting in January is when everyone's thinking about it and they're all getting ready to apply. So I think it's a perfect program for that. And it's really great seeing.
Of course, this experience would not have been possible without the absolutely titanic efforts of both Isa and Anna. Thank you so much. I think this last little bit goes from all three of us, that we want to express how grateful we are for the supreme effort and coordination and time organization and personal mentorship and just the love and passion that you put towards providing us, the babies of MSc, with a better chance of being better equipped professionals of the future. We couldn't be more profoundly grateful for the network that you utilize in order to provide us with better industry insights and have a better understanding of what we can do with the skills that we glean at Esade, and understanding what our future in different industries could look like. None of this would have been possible without you. Just thank you so very much. So much love to you both.
I would like to thank Anna and Isa for the amazing study tour and the big variety of companies they were able to attract.